Vážení posluchači, vážení realitní makléři, ve spolupráci s REMAX Akademií jsme pro vás připravili demo verzi jednoho z nejlepších realitních školení na trhu Business by Design Tom Ferry.
Vychutnejte si to.
Jdem na to.
Hello, Michael here. You know I have a vision for changing the way we do real estate to better serve the consumer while creating a life and a business you love. So let me say congratulations on having joined us for the first 4 sessions of Business by Design. It's exciting to think about how you'll now be fully committed to your success by creating more appointments, winning customers for life, and converting open listings and FSBOs to exclusive listings. This next session with Tom is about planting seeds, nurturing relationships, and harvesting. And just like in farming, you have to do one before doing the other, so it's a process. We want to get rolling right away. Here's Tom to tell you how.
Welcome back to Session 5 of Business by Design. Today, we're going to talk about generating listings from a lead source called geographic farming. Now, this concept has been around for decades, and simply put, it's when you decide on a number of homes you want to market your services to become the trusted real estate advisor that they would turn to when it's time for them to list their home. So as I say that, it might immediately conjure up in your mind a set of communities or a few buildings that you've done transactions in where you want to get even more listings because you already have success there. So the basic concept is we're going to select a number of homes where you become the trusted advisor. For you to take advantage of this extraordinary listing attraction campaign, there are 3 keys that everyone must take on. Number 1, it's adopting the right mindset for a geographic farm. Number 2 is the selection of your farm and the building of your database. And then number 3, of course, is the marketing campaigns you choose to use to become that trusted advisor in that community. So let's spend some time talking about the right mindset that it's going to require to become a great geographic farmer. Could you imagine if someone you knew said, "I'd like to have a beautiful garden," and you and I both know exactly what that takes. But what if that person came to you and said, "I planted the seeds and I'm frustrated because the next day I was unable to have those beautiful flowers or the vegetables that they were looking to harvest"? You would probably scratch your head and say, isn't the basic concept you've got to plant seeds, then you've got to take some time and nurture and cultivate before eventually you can harvest? You see, a geographic farm is exactly like a garden. The more good seeds you plant, the more time you take to build relationships, to become the trusted advisor, to nurture and cultivate your connection with the people living in that community, the greater your harvest would be. So think about it. Just like having that beautiful garden, you can't plant a seed and the next day instantly reap the rewards. A geographic farm is just like that. This program desires a long-term, dedicated mindset from you, where you really are going to say to yourself, this is a community that I want to get all the listings from. I want to be the trusted advisor in that community. And to do that, the basic formula of planting seeds. Planting seeds is your direct mail, knocking on doors, doing geographic farms, handing out flyers, being a part of the community. Then the nurturing and cultivation. When you meet someone, adding them into your database, sending them emails, sending them special personal note cards, anything you can do to nurture the relationship. And when someone says, we're thinking about selling, whether it's in 2 months or 5 months or a year, your willingness to go above and beyond to establish a relationship with them, so ultimately you can get what you want, which is the harvest, and that is the number of listings you desire. So I cannot stress to you enough, I've watched hundreds of thousands of agents take their business to the next level, become one of the very best they can be all around the world when they adopt a geographic farm, when they take on this critical marketing component to your business. But I've also watched tens of thousands of agents fail because they simply couldn't adopt the plant the seed, nurture, and harvest mindset, that everything worthwhile takes a little bit of time. I'm going to assume that you are accepting the mindset, and now you want to talk about selection. A longtime friend and marketing guru by the name of Jay Abraham once said to me, you could have a lousy product and market it to a great list and always do well. Think about that. We're talking about selecting your territory, the community, the number of homes that you want to market to. Selecting the right community is so important. In your case, because you've got an amazing product, an amazing service, you, as a great REMAX agent, you've got the right product. Now we need to make sure we've got the right list. So if you and I were sitting one-on-one and you said, Tom, what community should I go after? I'd ask you 2 questions. First, I'd say, can you think of where your last sales have come from? Were they in a specific part of town? Were they in a specific building or community that you could then turn to and say, I have a track record of success selling homes in this area, something that we could build upon because that track record, remember the advice from Google, experience and demonstrable ability to negotiate matters when we're trying to sell our services. So the first question is, can you look back in your career and say, where have I done a large number of transactions? Another way of looking at it is asking yourself, where would I like to do more business? What are the communities, the neighborhoods, the districts that I want to go into and become a wonderful, dominant, trusted advisor, someone that they can turn to as their agent of choice? So we need to answer those 2 questions, but there's more information we need before we ultimately choose. The second part of the selection process is to look at any data on housing in that community. For example, I have a friend of mine and a wonderful client who decided they wanted to market the community where I live. Here's the challenge. There's 450 homes, which that's okay. That's a good number of properties. But guess what? There's only 3 to 4 sales every year. So though the area is beautiful and the homes are fantastic, there simply isn't enough transactions happening in that area for this person to justify planting the seeds, cultivating and nurturing for a very small harvest. As you think about the territory you want to go after, as you think about the number of homes that you want to work to or go after in terms of your marketing, it's important that you can look and find, are there properties selling in that area? If there isn't a large number of homes selling, and it could be 5%, 6%, I've seen numbers as high as 10 and 11% of those homes sell every year. If there's a big opportunity, then we've got a better list. We've got a better farm. In the case of the community where I live, though there's a bunch of beautiful homes, not enough homes sell every year. So it doesn't matter how good you are, how great you are, there simply isn't a large enough number of transactions to justify going after this campaign. So number 1 is, where have you done business? Or where do I want to do business? But number 2 is, where are there sales taking place? If there isn't enough transactions, if there aren't enough homes being sold, then it's not worth your time. Step 3 in the selection process is for you to become an area expert. You see, to be a trusted advisor, you need to know the schools, the amenities of the community, whether it's the great restaurants or the shopping or the transportation in and out. The more you know about that community, the more you gain the trust. The more you know about who built the homes or when were the homes built and what style and who are the people that live there. You see, I'm a big fan of getting to know the community so well.
Ahoj a díky, že jsi to doposlouchal až sem. Ve spolupráci s REMAX Akademií pro tebe máme připravených stovky vzdělávacích materiálů, díky kterým budeš nejlepší na trhu, utečeš konkurenci, budeš vydělávat násobně víc jak makléři z jiných sítí, takže pokud chceš být ten nejlepší, poslání jasné, přidej se k nám.
Přidej se k REMAXu.
Přidej se k Deluxu. Čau.